Well, Riley getting that record, what does that mean to you? Just because you've said so many nice things about her and about her positive, just always being positive.
Always
and,
being positive.
And obviously, she's been a cornerstone for a long time. Like, to have her achieve something like that, I mean, do you?
Oh, I think it especially means so much this year. You know, for her to have that accomplishment and know that she's been a huge part of the success that we've had this year. She's one of our captains, and I just couldn't be happier. I'd be happy if any of those seniors got any kind of a record. But, certainly Riley knows how to find the basket. And so it's fitting that she is the one who now has become our all-time leading scorer. So I'm really, really happy for her.
When you say she can find the basket, like what makes her such an effective scorer and has so consistently?
Well, I think she's got a lot of elements to her game. That's one of the things about Riley. She can score around the rim. She can hit the three. She can hit the pull-up jumper. She thinks like a scorer. She hunts an opportunity to score the ball, and she doesn't turn down a look. She's ready. She's ready when that ball hits her hands, and so she's been some. There have been times like last year and even years before when she had to carry so much of the load, and it's been fun to watch her be able just to enjoy playing and. She doesn't feel like I think she's got to score a ton of points for us to win, but that doesn't change that she knows that's her job on this team. She knows that's her job to get out there and get some scores for us, and so she comes ready to play. And as I said, there's not a day in practice that she doesn't have a smile on her face and isn't pumping up her teammates and saying lots of just very positive things. That's just her nature.
I know that the saying is defense travels, so being able to know that your defense can travel to the Mountain West tournament in Vegas, do you think it can withstand, a three-day tournament and being able to hopefully win the whole thing?
I don't know because we've never had to do it, so we will see. It was our defense that did not get it done against Fresno. A lot because they were just so doggone hot. I mean, they were hitting shots from well behind the three-point line. But I think it was a good reminder that, hey, not only do you have to be good, you have to be extra good when you get to this point in the season. You have to bring it up even a whole nother notch, and particularly for us defensively. We always know that there's going to be certain challenges for us offensively, and we just know we have to bring that defense. I thought we played really hard against Fresno. We just lost track of them thanks to the Twins being so good at breaking you down. They both are just so good at breaking teams down, and they just, their shooters got open. But can we do it 3 days in a row? I don't know. These guys, they just keep finding ways, and they just keep doing things that I'm not sure they can do, and they keep proving me wrong. So it's going to take a lot of energy, but having the bye will certainly help. I'm not sure we could have done 4 days of that, but maybe 3 days. And plus, if you get the thrill of getting to the championship game, you're kind of like, this is so cool. You're so pumped up, thinking you might be one game away from, the NCAA tournament. All of which is new, just a whole new mindset for them. It's like, I can say, gosh, if you eat your dinner, you're going to get pineapple upside down cake. But if you've never had pineapple upside down cake, I love pineapple upside down cake. I'll finish my dinner for pineapple upside down cake. But if you've never had it before, you might think, well, that sounds kind of weird. So who knows kind of how they are looking at all of this, beating San Diego State and potentially having a postseason bid, or, getting some wins in the tournament. I don't know. I'm going to try to help them understand it because, like I say, I've had pineapple upside down cake. I know how good it is. So hopefully they'll be that pumped and that fired up to just give it everything they got. I think they will be.
What does it look like for you after the SDSU game? Do you travel Sunday? Do you travel Saturday?
We'll travel Saturday.
Just get up there.
Yeah. They give us very little practice time, but at least it's something on the court that you play on. And I always think that helps. We didn't shoot great against Fresno, and we didn't get hardly any time on the actual game court. We had to practice in a just because they had concerts going on in the Save Mart Center, and through no fault of Fresno, it just was what it was. But I've always found that it helps just a little bit to get out there and run around on the court you play on. And the Thomas and Mack is it's a different arena for sure.
Going back to Riley, you said she carries a load for the team. She knows she has to score in these games. How much does she embrace that role? Like, how much does she like that?
She likes it. She knows that's her thing. She enjoys scoring the ball. I think that often, as is the case with any shooter, she sees some go down, and she tends to be a little more hungry, a little more aggressive. And so we find that you can just kind of tell when Riley's on. And when she's on, you want to keep getting her the ball. And the team's always done a good job with that. But I also, to Riley's credit, I also think she's tried to grow her game quite a bit over the years and has worked very hard on her defense. She always works hard. There's never a day of practice that she doesn't work hard. And she's worked a lot harder on getting her defense up to par and her rebounding. And, we've asked her to play at the 4 position, which she's not very, nobody's very big on this team. So it's kind of like, what the heck? But she's had to go out there and battle much bigger players, and she does it willingly. And she's willing, and she gets beat up a lot too. I don't know if you ever kind of watch what opponents do to her. They're very physical with her because they know she's, kind of slight, and that is something that can throw her off her game. But she handles it, and she never gets upset. Sometimes I wish she would. I mean, I just think she gets manhandled sometimes and doesn't get the call, largely because she doesn't go around selling it. There are players that are constantly, there's drama everywhere. It looks like a soccer game. But she doesn't do that. And I think I've told her before, you need to sell it some. You need to show that you're getting fouled. But she just kind of keeps on plugging away. And so for her to keep fighting through all of that and just, always doing whatever she can for the team.
And in terms of her basketball IQ, it seems like she, can see the floor very well. I mean, she seems like she can create her own shot when she wants to. I mean, how many players have you coached that can do that at Riley's level?
Well, I've had some good players over the years. As I said, she's a unique player because of the different types of ways she can score the ball. And she's a bit of a tweener, and that was, I think her the fact that she's gotten her 3-point shooting so much more consistent has been a big part of what's changed her game, because she was known, coming out of high school as just kind of a tweener, and she played at a small school. She played very good club ball, but she played at a small school, and so for her to be able to grow that game into being consistent behind, especially with the 3-point line moving out this year for women, I'm kind of anxious to see the statistics at the end of the year, see how much it might have affected. I think it affected some of our kids for sure. Not Riley, not Lauren McDonald. Just keep moving it out.
So you say it's like her versatility in the way she can score, that sets her apart?
Mm-hmm. She's got a great, really pretty little pull-up jump shot, and she has a great touch on the ball, and that's what makes her such an effective scorer. She's just got a great touch on the ball, and scorers just have a feel for how to get the ball to go in the basket, and that's her. She's not a power player by any means.
When you were talking, if you don't win the conference tournament, were you talking like WNIT, something like that?
Something like that. Mm-hmm. Which would be, as I said, just a tremendous accomplishment. And I mean, I hope that opportunity comes for them, but I do think we have to win another game or two for it to come.
Just because we don't know when we'll see you again. Record wins and quite some time for regular season and conference and all that good stuff. Considering everything this team has gone through, COVID, injuries and everything else, I mean, did you think you would win as many games as you did just because of all the factors and adversity you had to overcome?
No. 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 At the beginning of the year, I just thought, I don't know, this is just a lot. Well, and it's not only the adversity we've had to overcome, but it's the fact that everybody has all their players back, and all the teams were going to be, on paper anyways, were going to be stronger because they had an opportunity to give several players. Like Nevada's just loaded with seniors. New Mexico not so much. San Diego State's loaded with seniors. Fresno's got some really key seniors that were able to get another year, and so it was just something that looked pretty daunting. But nobody told Sierra Winters that, and Haley Jones that, and Riley Snyder. They just wanted to play, and now that they've gotten used to this winning thing, they really like it. So they keep being pretty determined to keep it going.